Crawl is directed by Alexandra Aja and stars Kea Scodelario and Barry Pepper. And I hope I've pronounced all those names correctly. Forgive me if I have not. Now, the very first time I saw the trailer for Crawl, I immediately thought this is Jaws in a house. Because thanks to a hurricane, a daughter and her father get trapped inside this house, and a family of gators, see my nice little Florida gator there, start attacking them. This takes place in Florida. There are Florida gators, and our main star is a swimmer at the University of Florida. So, real quick, go Gators. Alright, now on with the review. And let's be honest, I really love the concept of this movie. I love the potential for this movie. But the problem is, we've seen this so many times. Whether it was Jaws, whether it was Lake Placid, and so forth. The monster in the water after the human beings. We've seen it so many times. Was I somewhat excited for the film? Of course, it's very appealing. The end result, though, I'm just not a fan. They're so limited as to what they can do with this film. The cast, they do a fine job with their performances. They're able to carry this movie and get us through. But that doesn't save the film, unfortunately. And another thing that hurts this film in my eyes is the fact that, once again, I say this so many times, but only because it's true, the frickin' trailers gave practically all the good parts away. So when you're watching the trailer, that's essentially your whole movie. So when scary or suspenseful moments would happen, I'm sitting there going, well, hell, I already know what's going to occur because you frickin' showed me when you were advertising this film. Honestly, I think it's safe to say most people are going to be nervous not because of the daughter and the father and whether or not they make it out alive, but whether or not the dog makes it out alive. And I'm not going to tell you because that would be a spoiler. If you want to know, you're going to have to go see the movie. But I really feel like that's going to be the audience's primary concern. Does the dog make it? Please don't kill the dog. Please don't kill the dog. I do feel like this film started off well because it gives you just enough of a backstory that you know the characters and you can sympathize with them. The daughter, the father, they've drifted apart. No pun intended because we're in the water, drifted apart. But they've drifted apart over the years. The father's been going through a divorce. He's unhappy. And so, you can get behind him. You get a little bit of a backstory, but it did not spend a whole lot of time on that, which was nice. It pretty much takes us right into the action, but at the same time, it lets us get to know their characters. So I do give them a thumbs up in that regard. But unfortunately, the longer this film went on, the more I'm sitting there finding it, honestly, amusing. The people I was with, we sat there and kind of laughed. We weren't really creeped out or on the edge of our seat the longer the film went on. We're just sitting there going, this is so ridiculous. This is actually kind of funny. It's more comedic. And I'm just disappointed in having to say that. Because a movie like this, I don't want to go and laugh at it. Yes, I know the concept of this movie is far-fetched. And yes, I know the gators would not behave in that manner. Although someone out there is going, they just might at some point in time. But let's be realistic. It's a little far-fetched, but that didn't bother me. The concept of the movie was entertaining. It was exciting. Execution, it just didn't live up to the potential. And I think one of the big problems, and a lot of people who have seen it may disagree, I don't know, but the gators didn't always look real throughout the movie. There were different shots, there were different moments where it's like, wow, that really looks pretty good. And then a lot of times I'm sitting there just going, that's obviously fake. So it's hard for me to get real invested when it just doesn't look real. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, guys, I don't really recommend the film. If you have seen this, please let me know what your thoughts are. You may agree or disagree. Either way, I am going to give Crawl a 4.5. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment. Leave me a like. Both of those help this channel. Thank you to the subscribers. And go Gators!